It is very important to know the heart anatomy and the flow of blood to understand the cardiac cycle. The first aim is to understand the basic anatomy of heart. Okay, so we have two atrium and two ventricles. So this is our right atrium and this is our left atrium. And this is our right ventricle and this is our left ventricle. Okay, so the right atrium collects the deoxygenated blood from the body through superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. The right atrium collects the deoxygenated blood. This deoxygenated blood goes to the right ventricle through the AV valve. There is an AV valve here which has three cusps. It is known as tricuspid valve. Okay, tricuspid valve is a valve between the atria and the ventricle, which is on the right side, and it has three cusps. That is why it's known as tricuspid valve. Now we have left atrium and the left ventricle. There is also a atrioventricular valve which has only two cusps, and this valve is known as mitral valve. Okay, now the deoxygenated blood from the body is collected in the right atrium, and through the AV valve, the tricuspid valve, it reaches inside the right ventricle. From here, it goes for oxygenation to the lungs. So here we have pulmonary artery. Okay, so the pulmonary artery has a valve here. That valve is known as pulmonary valve. Pulmonary valve. Okay. So through this pulmonary valve, blood from the right ventricle goes to the lungs. Okay, it goes to the lungs. From the lungs, this blood gets oxygenated and it returns back to the heart through the pulmonary veins. Okay, so remember, the pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygenation, and the oxygenated blood returns back to the left atrium through the pulmonary veins. Once this blood reaches the left atrium, this is passed to the left ventricle through the AV valve, which is a mitral valve here in between the atrium and the ventricle. And from the ventricle, this oxygenated blood has to pump throughout the body, isn't it? So that blood is pumped throughout the body through the aorta. Okay? Through the aorta to all the parts of the body. So the aorta has a valve here that is known as aortic valve. Okay, these aortic valve and pulmonary valve is known as semilunar valves.